time. It looks very late at night. My notifications are zipped out of the way. No, I think it's round about 11. Mary, the nurse in charge on the ward, was contacted by Carl at AXJ, and Speak Out Against Psychiatry are my legal teams. And anyway, Carl and I are also linked with Speak Out Against Psychiatry. And the situation now, well, going back to around 3 o'clock, I saw this junior psychiatrist, negligent psychiatrist, I think, Dr. Palangi, Palangy. I asked her for my AstraZeneca turbohaler and Ventolin. I'm busy recording. I don't want to see it at the moment. Ventolin evohaler. So I specifically asked this psychiatrist, who didn't seem to care very much. Now, this asking I've repeated among the nurses, noted down their names, at least 8 or 9 times. They walked away, said okay, and done nothing about it. Carl at AXJ has repeatedly called Kingsley Green Mental Hospital about this, and the hospital has told him that they have the inhalers, the turbohaler and the evohaler, or they said not exactly the same, but equivalent makes. Now, Mary here, who's standing at the door, she had the temerity to bring that salbutamol inhaler. That will do in place of the evohaler for now. Say if I do have an asthma attack, that's right, that will save my life. And I'd like to have the turbohaler in my room because that's essential to strengthen my weakened breathing tract. The longer I go on without these medicines, I'm going to run out of breath and have breathing difficulties, and overnight too. Right, and Mary thinks it's funny. She sniggered afterwards when I admonished her, but all the trouble you've caused me and my legal teams, actually, the two of them.
I want to get permission for me to speak to her about you.
Who? About me?
He's saying he's a private investigator.
We are investigating you. We're human rights activists. We've got lawyers, journalists on our team.
Is it okay?
I am not kidding. I'm telling you the truth.
Is it okay if I speak to him about you?
Who's him?
He said he didn't give me his name. He said he's a private investigator. He said if I say that, I'll ask him his name.
Well, he's experienced in private investigation work. Right, so where was I? So it's just one giant barn, as it usually is when you're illegally detained. It is just one giant long load of arguing and barracking. She just closed the door, and I don't know exactly what she's going to do. Nothing, I suppose. So now I've got to conserve my speaking voice and my breath and relax. and I will tell them to rack off and leave me alone if they come in again, unless they have the medicines. If they don't, they have to rack off, leave me alone. These people who don't speak proper English deliberately. It's not that they are foreign nationals from Nigeria or any other country for that matter, or born in these countries and have worked here a long time. They speak slurred, hurried English, which doesn't make sense. They don't use English sense. I trouble to use English sense and get nowhere with them. Anyway, there's nothing like a little help from my friends. I don't want to sing the Beatles song necessarily, but I get by with a little help from my friends. I'm going to try a little help from my friends. They are my friends, not these delinquents. Anyway, I shall say good night. Nigel at 5:30 in the morning at Kingsley Green Mental Hospital. Nurse Richard Ndoro has just informed me a physician of some sort who examined me in the hospital routine yesterday found I have a sodium deficiency and swollen ankles. I think I know the cause of my swollen ankles. I've seen it in victims in the psychiatric system before. Swollen ankles, extreme obesity. I happen to be 5 stone overweight. I'm supposed to be around 10 stone in weight, 10 or 11, instead of 15 stone. So, anyway, Richard Ndoro says I'm to be taken to Watford General Hospital. That's Watford General Hospital for a checkup to find out the reason for the sodium deficiency, and then I will ask Richard Ndoro. There is no reason why I can't be taken to the pharmacy at Watford General and get that turbohaler and evohaler for my personal use. I'm sorry about the sound of my voice. It doesn't sound all that pleasant. As I said, I have been deaf in one ear for a very long time, very hard of hearing in one ear. That is why my voice does not project particularly well. And also I've been tortured and brutalised during childhood by 2 former RAF personnel for parents who did dirty work for the secret services. They learned how to torture people, adults, and they did it to their children. That's the story of my life. I needn't be a permanent mental cripple because of what's been done to me and how my parents have gaslighted me. They brought me to mental hospitals as a child. And there's something wrong with him. When all they should do is stop abusing me. Yes, I found out a few things about my past. Anyway, documentary-wise, not just my recollections, such as when I was driven in the car because my parents would make my sister and I car sick. Incessant smoking, 100 cigarettes each day between them to put up with in a family home. Then when they're driving us to Kent to see my grandfather and grandmother, there we are, car sick. Well, on one occasion, I must have been aged about 7 at the time. They took me to Ware Mental Hospital, that is W-A-R-E, Ware, Hertfordshire, on the way to Kent, because I complained about being car sick, and I thought incessant smoking could have had something to do with this. I'm an intelligent person, including as a child, and my sister or I could have attributed our discomfort to the incessant smoking and the windows being closed in the car. So anyway, taken to Ware Mental Hospital, and that's on my medical records. So that's what happens to abused children, how they get caught up in the mental health system in the first place. Time to stop here. I'm a mental health survivor, but I was brought up properly from age 14 onwards by the Church of England in Cambridge, Holy Trinity Church, to be precise, a low church. So I'm a low church Christian gentleman, and ecumenical. I'm interfaith. I learnt these approaches at Henry Martin Hall. I was also verger at Holy Trinity for a year or two. The verger, interesting. Anyway, they counselled me and restored me to being a reasonably decent human being. A very decent one, and I am so grateful to HC Cambridge. The story of my life comes to a conclusion there for now, while I await a taxi to take me to Watford General Hospital. I will bid you a good day. Hello, it's Nigel. I won't be my normal, usual self today. Rather untidy, etc. Anyway, the news is that yesterday I spent several hours in Watford General Hospital. I was put on a drip, and 2 bags of drip had to be used, and I was put on a nebulizer for quite some time, I'd estimate an hour or 2, and that is because the ward has dehydrated me. I think they haven't taken proper care of me. I've become dehydrated, and it's not easy when you're interned to ensure that you're not thirsty, you're not unduly hungry, and it is not easy to be smart and presentable either. Oh no, not in my knowledge and experience. So I still have no anti-asthma medicines for my asthma, although my friends and I have made special effort so that I do get them. So here am I speaking a little short of breath, but not too badly. Certainly too out of breath. Let me cut that short. I took some exercise around the limited-sized concreted yard, all walled off outside, and was fairly breathless after I did a brisk walk. Yes, I do need my medicines, ideally, yes. But, all is well for the time being. There is salbutamol available, I've heard. But I don't want to have an asthma attack and say unable to get up and call the emergency button, be in that situation. Well, to conclude what I'm saying now, it looks like a recall, and a very, very strange, questionable one. We think it's illegal. It certainly is all illegal from start to finish, and our chances of proving it and stopping this abuse against me, well, I'll see the consultant psychiatrist on Monday, and then see what happens next. Bye-bye for now. Thank you all for your help before I go. Bye-bye. It's late in the morning of Monday, the 8th, I believe it is, Monday the 8th of February. I've had some very bad news from the psychiatric doctors. They've revoked my CTO, which means I'm not recalled to hospital after all, and me and my legal team have a big battle ahead of us for my freedom. My life is in danger. The bastards, the reprobates accuse me of being paranoid for repeatedly asking for my life-saving medicines, my turbohaler, AstraZeneca turbohaler, and my Ventolin evohaler. Accuse me of muddled thought, paranoia, not being clear, and which is false, and at the same time torturing me and endangering my life. I think it is intent to murder me, definitely. I'll put this over to the reprobates soon, as I have my legal advisors. My life is in danger, and I remain calm. Sorry about the hard swearing, but I think the word reprobate is better than the word beginning with B, ending with D. Okay, that's me for now. Here I am in Watford General Hospital, Hertfordshire, awaiting a proper doctor to examine my ankles, examine me and find out what's causing my swollen ankles. I have had no food. What time is it now? 6 o'clock. I've had no food since 5 in the evening yesterday, and no proper drinking water. I am very thirsty this morning, extremely thirsty, and I'm suffering a headache, and all I've had to drink is tap water from the ensuite dorm that they've secured me on. I'm not pleased with the way I am being treated, but my legal advisors and me believe I am being calm and polite as I possibly can under the circumstances. I am indignant, being illegally detained under the Mental Health Act twice, 2 years in a row, and Anyway, I keep calm, and and I'm going to ask that doctor, a proper doctor, a healing doctor, to get me to the pharmacy with a prescription for my asthma medicines. I will sort that out at last. Right. Thank you for listening. To my mind, there's always one more thing. I think Columbo in real life would never be able to solve any criminal cases. There's always one more thing. The way Peter Falk does it is quite entertaining. It seems to scare the life out of the target, the suspect. Anyway, one more thing. The nurse in charge today has supplied me with plenty of drinking water in my room, so during the day or night I have adequate drinking water to drink, all in bottles, Kirkland spring water. Well, I suppose that's it. Bye for now.